and I want to go through my notebook, play by play, bring you into the joint practice. It was the most interesting practice by far of the offseason because when a team faces itself, you don't know if the team's good or mediocre or bad. It really helps to see them against a team that you know is, in fact, pretty good. The Broncos are pretty good. Their defense is among the top 3 defenses in the league. Their offense is run by Sean freaking Payton, who I'll get to more in a minute. And their quarterback, Bo Nix, has a live arm, and he's bigger than Purdy and moves well. So they're a test. They also have a lot of former 49ers in the team, like Talanoa Funga, Dre Greenlaw, Mike McGlinchey, DJ Jones. But the big news is that Mykel Williams is injured again. This is not good. And the way it was described by Kyle Shanahan afterward is that they hope it's a left knee hyperextension, but he's going to have further tests. And when Kyle Shanahan says something that's not definitive, I basically tune it out. We'll find out what it is when the tests come back because Kyle Shanahan, he just says stuff and then the truth comes out. So is it a hyperextension? Could be. Is it something else? Could be. But we do know is this is now the 3rd injury he's had with the 49ers. He got injured in minicamp. He got injured a week ago. Now he's going to be out for a little bit. I guess it depends on these results. Could be a week, could be not a week. We'll see. But I think the big point here is the Niners had the 11th pick. And Jed York said it himself. You don't often get opportunities to pick this high when you're as good as the 49ers. So you got to make it count. You have the opportunity to get like a franchise-changing cornerstone. And I'm not saying Mykel won't be that. I'm not. I like the pick. I advocated for it. But again, we're learning. It's a learning process. There's a reason you don't want to take a player with a medical red flag this high. Because if he ends up being injury prone, then you just wasted your best opportunity to draft a future Hall of Famer or whatever. You just wasted the best pick you're going to have for a while. So this one came down to what? Mykel Williams or Shamar Stewart. They're very similar players, good edge setters who could move to defensive tackle on passing downs. Maybe Mykel Williams has better hands. Maybe Mykel Williams has better feet. Maybe he's a better interior pass rusher. He's definitely younger than Shamar Stewart. Shamar Stewart tested better at the combine, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's a better pass rusher because he didn't really produce as a pass rusher either, although he had more pressures. But he didn't have a medical red flag. He's not hurt right now, as far as I know. Williams is. So, pulling for him, but it seems like he keeps getting injured. Plays football, gets hurt. Plays football, gets hurt. And that's okay from your 2nd round pick with upside, from your 3rd round pick who has upside. But the 11th pick in the draft, I mean, we've all been nice about Mykel. He's shown flashes. He seems promising. He could be really good in 2 or 3 years. But even Robert Saleh said yesterday, like, it could take a year. He may not show how good of a pass rusher he is the first year. And it seems like other rookies on the team have been much more impressive than him. Upton Stout, CJ West, and Jordan Watkins, who had a huge day today. I think we're going to talk about Jordan Watkins in a minute, but today was so interesting because you got to see what some of these players look against another team. Is CJ West really good? Is Jordan Watkins really good? And again, I didn't really watch the defense because what would you do in my position? You got to watch the offense, right? Brock Purdy kicks off the day with 2 picks, and what are you going to do? Go over and see what Deommodore Lenoir's up to? But the whole practice kind of got quiet when Mykel Williams was down. He was down for about 2-3 minutes. It's like, is it an ACL? What's going on? And gets off and he's walking, but limping. And you figure, okay, it's not an ACL. He probably didn't tear anything, probably. But Kyle, he said he hoped. Me too. I'm definitely hoping that Mykel Williams didn't hurt himself. I don't want anyone to hurt themselves. But the Niners are consistently one of the most injured teams in the league. The exception of like 2022. They're consistently one of the most injured teams in the league. Well, they see a medical red flag and they're like, that's no problem. He's fine now. Yeah, he was injured all of last year, but that was last year, and now this is a new year. In retrospect, I wouldn't have taken Mykel Williams. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I don't like this. Injury issues that have been there for a full calendar year, I feel like you played yourself. You downplayed an injury, which is what you do, and now it's sticking around. And what are you going to do now? Hope and pray. But I mean, talk about taking lumps. This team has injury issues. It's not just Mykel Williams who's hurt. It's also Yetur Gross-Matos, who's never been healthy. They played the same position. So Mykel and his backup are hurt. Bosa missed all of last week due to soreness, whatever soreness is. I don't know. Let's see if that pops back up. Kevin Givens out. Samuel Kwanu out. Jordan Elliott out. Yikes. Week 1 in Seattle. That's going to be an adventure. I mean, really, what the Niners need to prove in that game is that they can stop Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet on the ground. The Seahawks might not have to pass the ball 20 times. The Niners are so decimated on the defensive line. No Mykel, no Givens, no Elliott, no Yetur. That's not great. But hey, they were prepared to take their lumps. Can we be real? Mac has looked better. Starter by 9. I can't say that he's looked better than Brock. I can't say that because Mac's going against backups and Brock's going against the starters. So that's a big difference. I can't say he's been worse than Brock either, though. And Brock has now thrown 8 picks in camp, while Mac has thrown 3. It seems to me that Mac is definitely bigger than Brock, definitely sees the field better from the pocket than Brock, just because he's bigger. Reads defenses at least as quickly as Brock, throws with at least as much anticipation as Brock, is at least as accurate as Brock. I can say that confidently. I like Mac Jones a lot, but I like Brock too. Should have drafted Jalen Walker and Sanders. Dump BP. I like Brock Purdy. That's not the issue. We're not talking about is Brock Purdy good anymore. We did that for the last 3 years. That conversation is over. The conversation now is he worth his contract? And I think that's the subtext of what happened today, why the Broncos were making such a big deal out of what they were doing and yelling and laughing, because they were showing up not Mr. Irrelevant. They were showing up the 7th highest paid player in the league, while their quarterback is over there making, bupkis in comparison. That's sort of what the backdrop was today.